Hello, everybody. I am yet again Price McKinney, simply put. And as always, I want to thank you for tuning in and listening. We're going to get straight into this. You got to put your time in. It just is what it is. And the thing about time is it affects everything that you do. You get a job, you got a probationary period. You punch something in your GPS or on your phone, whatever. It tells you how much time is going to take you from where you are to where you're going. You book a flight, you got a departure time and an arrival time. Everything you do is affected by time. Everything. When it comes to who you're dealing with, the person you're involved with, the person you love, your boo thing, whatever, whatever you call it. You got to put your time in. If you, and let me say it this way. I'm not talking about if it's just, a piece, you follow me, a pair of bangles. That's not what this is. This is not for that. But even at that, you still have to consider, the amount of time you're going to put in. I'm leaving it alone. But time is important, because, especially with the person that you're involved with, because you cannot build a healthy, wholesome relationship with a person if you don't spend time with them. For example, and it's in movies, it's in sitcoms, everything. You have a guy, who's a successful businessman, I'll say, and he travels a lot. What is the complaint of the wife? He's never at home. Now, granted, is he doing the right thing? Yes. Is he working? Yes. Is he providing? Yes. So he's doing those things right. However, that's what winds up being compromised, is the amount of time that he's actually at home. And depending on where you are within your relationship, this goes back to communication. You have to talk to the person you're with. If you're in the beginning of your relationship, you got to talk to them. If you're already with them, you still have to talk to them. If you've been married 50 million years, you still have to talk to the person. And that takes time. Now, here's the biggest difference. How you spend that time, the quality of the time that you put in. That's where the difference is made. If you're in front of that person, if you with that person, say for example, you all are sitting at home, and neither one of you all, you don't have to go anywhere this particular day, so you kind of got a free day, to some degree. That's a prime opportunity for you to spend quality time with that person. Sit down and watch a movie. Put your phone up. Shut your computer off, and focus on what's in front of you. That is, I see this all the time. I see it all the time. No pun intended, but like when you go out to eat at a restaurant, any given moment, and it don't matter where it is, you can look up and you'll see the whole family sitting with their phones in their hand. Nobody's talking to each other. Everybody's occupied with phones. And I get we're in the day of technology. I get it. You still inhale and exhale, which means there's some basic needs that have to be met for that person and for you. And the way to do that, you've got to spend time with them. Your time is affected by who you spend it with, where you go, and how long. For example, if you could be with your significant other. You go somewhere, and the place you go, It's not what you expected it to be. This is the first thing you're going to say. We ain't going to stay here long. And you get up and you bounce. Time is affected by everything. It's affected by everything. But for you and where you are, with what it is you're wanting, what are you willing to do? How much time are you willing to put in? And if you, and I'm guilty. I'll be the first to say it. If you're short on patience, you are going to have to work on that. Now, I'm not saying change who you are. I'm not saying give up this and don't do that. I'm not going that route. I'm just simply saying when it comes to time and spending it with whoever it is you want to be with, and you're impatient, you're going to have to work on that. You're going to have to work on it. I can't tell you exactly, quote unquote, what to do because I don't know your triggers. I don't know what sets you off when it comes to that. Mine is Jesus Christ. Mine is being late. If I'm going somewhere and say, for example, I have to pick that person up and I tell you what time the event or whatever starts, and I kind of pick a time for us to be ready, especially if I'm driving and I got to get to you and then take us to the place, and I get to that person and they're not ready. I've had to work on that. Because typically, and I'm human, I don't get it right all the time. Typically I'm on time. Like Dr. Lee in Drumline says, if you're on time, you're late. If you're late, you're on time. So that's a thing for me. So my point is, whatever your issue is, regarding that, if it's impatient, you gotta work on it. Because nobody's perfect, and you're not gonna get it right all the time. She's not gonna get it right all the time, and you gotta work on it. You gotta work on it. And again, the only way to do that is you gotta put time in. Now you have to be careful with that as well, because you don't want to spend too much time, and y'all wind up getting on each other's nerves, and then you start going at each other, and being snappy. Because you're ready for the person to go because they've stayed too long, and that happens. So you got, and granted, it's kind of touchy, but that's a part of it. It's a part of it. So again, quality time is the key. Quality time is the key. Make sure you're involved, you're engaged. You're interacting, and you can't build and grow your relationship with that person spending time on social media or through text messaging. Meet up with the person. Set appointments if you have to. Do whatever you got to do to make it work. If that's somebody you want to be with, you have to. There's no way around it. You have to communicate and you have to spend time. Those are the two key factors to a successful relationship. Because, and somebody may say, well, trust and honesty. Right, I get it. You're not going to figure out if you can trust a person if you don't talk to them and spend time. That is the foundation for building a relationship. Period, hands down. It's that simple. It is that simple. So again, I'm Price McKinney, Simply Put. I want to thank you for listening. I greatly appreciate all of you. Follow me on Instagram, Simply Put P Mac. Got a Facebook page, Simply Put with P McKinney, P Mac, and most importantly, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe there. Of course, you guessed it, Price McKinney, Simply Put. I'm not an expert. I just know what I know, and I promise you, I'll see you soon. Thank you for listening.